If
Is it working?
does it work?
Did it work before?
Ah, I use this one because my voice is not good today. A little kind of sore throat. But you can hear me, right? Okay. Children, this morning uh, I want to first I want to speak for a few minutes, and then I give instructions on meditation, and then we meditate. After that, I want you to ask me questions. Does it sound good? Okay. We must learn as we are always learning. We never stop learning. Even I'm learning now. Still I'm learning. So we learn from our life. We learn a lot of things from books. Only 1/4 of what we know we learn from our from our parents. Another quarter we learn from our teachers. Third quarter we learn from the society. Fourth quarter we learn from ourselves. This is how we learn. So you don't expect everything to learn everything from your parents or everything from your teachers, everything from the society. And don't think that you can learn everything by yourself. And therefore, we always learn to interact with parents, teachers, society, and ourselves. You might wonder how we can interact with ourselves. When you objectively, you can say that you can learn from your parents, teachers, society, and so forth. How do we learn from ourselves? We learn from ourselves learn introspectively, looking at ourselves. When you look at ourselves, we must look at ourselves without any prejudice. Normally, we learn from ourselves thinking that others are wrong, I am right. Others are wrong, I am right. Sometimes people think they are right, I am wrong. Both are wrong approaches, wrong ways. Right way is to look at ourselves introspectively without any prejudice, bias, impartially. When we look at ourselves impartially, we all are governed by two things that works with in our interaction with society, teachers, parents, and anybody. What are the two things? shame and fear. Shame and fear. We are not any different from animals in regard to fight and flight. Flight and flight. You see, when you find a snake is trying to run away from you. A snake doesn't come to attack you. But if you push too hard, try to hurt the snake will turn around and bite you. So snake has these two approaches. One is fight, other is flight. He first try to run away. If you push too hard and push him against the wall, so to say, he will turn around and bite you. We do the same thing. Human beings do the same thing. We try to, when we see an animal like snake, we try to run away. We don't want to be bitten by the snake. But if the snake comes to attack us, we fight. This fight and flight is the nature that is built into our system. That's called fear. Fear. The example I gave you is a kind of fear that we are born with for our survival. So we need that. And at the same time, there is another kind of fear which is also important, extremely more important than the fear that is built into us as an instinct for our survival. This fear is much more important. What is that fear? Fear of doing wrong things. We must be afraid of doing wrong things, associating with wrong people, committing wrong actions, particularly words and deeds. We will not be punished by having wrong thought, but when we execute the wrong thought through words and deeds, we will be punished by the society, by the existing criminal law. So we have to have fear of that. There is no one around us to guard us, to guide us, to chaperone us, to police us. As we are growing up, we slowly and gradually become independent with a lot of freedom. Freedom is extremely important factor in our life, but freedom has also danger. If we don't know how to use freedom, we get into trouble. So we have to have fear of going against the social norm, the law, ethics, and moral. So we have to have fear to guard our senses against breaking ethical, moral principles. That way, on the one hand, we will not be punished by the society. On the other, we will not feel guilty. And it is very easy for us to commit something unwholesome, offensive, crimes when there is nobody around, like stealing or some other unethical things. Easy. But look at the consequences. In that respect, we have to learn from ourselves introspectively. That is to keep our conscience clean without feeling guilty, so that you can go to sleep very, like now you are sleeping. Eh? Or you didn't come here to sleep, boy. And try to stay awake. Somebody bring and throw water on your face. So, what these few minutes I'm spending with you is valuable few minutes. So, these are things that you have to keep in your mind for the rest of your life. This is not something like learning something just to get by. What I'm telling you is something that we all have to keep in our mind all the time. So we must learn to live without feeling guilty. So we have to be honest, sincere to ourselves. That's how we learn from ourselves. This is with regard to fear. Next, the other one is I want to speak on two aspects, which are very important part of our life. Fear and shame. Other is shame. Shame of doing something that wise ones will notice and reprimand us, or ridicule, insult. And we lose our face in society. And we feel, again, guilty. So when we have an intention to do something unacceptable in the society, we have to think of that I am a person coming from decent family, coming from decent parents. I want to maintain their dignity and my dignity, honor, respect. Therefore, I should not do this thing. Then that protects our dignity, honor, respect. This increases as we grow, increases. And this is another part of what you call leadership. When you want to be a leader, family member, head of the family, head of an organization, head of a team, and so forth. You play your leadership in school teams, in your games, in your class. Now, as we grow up, gradually we take up more responsibilities in life. And at each step of our growth, each step of our progress, we have to develop this aspect of our life, a shame. These two aspects are called, in Pali language, Loka Palaka Dhamma. Loka Palaka Dhamma. Loka means world, Palaka means governing. The entire world, world's ethics, morals, decency is governed by these two factors. What are they? Fear and shame. When you look at the society, today you can see a lot of crimes. Lot of crimes. These are caused by people who don't have these two aspects, fear and shame. Entire world is governed by these two factors. World is made up of all kind of human, animal and so forth, and they all can live together in harmony, work together in harmoniously, can run the society peacefully if these two factors are maintained, fear and shame. Ethically speaking, these are the factors that promote our moral and ethics. For instance, I, as a monk, am playing a very important role in my life in the society. If I do something wrong, I cannot set an example to the society. I'm not taking leadership. I must think I must be above everybody in moral and ethics. Till then, I have been living by myself without any leader for now I am almost 95. Maybe first few years I was under my parents and teachers. After that I am totally independent. Totally independent. Traveling around the world many times, meeting all kind of people. I had plenty of opportunities to get into trouble. Plenty. Because I was young, independent, nobody was around me to control me. And yet, I have determination that when I see something wrong, I decided never to do that. And I don't break it. And therefore, with respect, without any fear, I can talk to people, give this advice. I don't expect everybody to become monks, to be like me. I want everybody to be better than me, not just like me. And therefore, children, in order to be a leader, these two factors we have to maintain: fear and shame. You are invincible in any society, any place. You have courage to face situations, face people, when you maintain these two factors. And so we have to keep this in mind as we grow up, not only at this age, but as we grow up, until we die, we have to maintain these two factors. What are the two factors? Fear and shame. They are called the factors that govern the world. They call Loka Palaka Dhamma. Dhamma here means the factors, truths, principles. Loka means, or Palak means governing. Two factors that govern the world are fear and shame. It works in any place, any society, at any stage of our life. In the family, at school, at work, in the society, and even when you are alone. It must work even better when you are alone. Because that way, you never feel guilty. You feel very comfortable. You feel you are, I don't say you should be proud, but you should be humble. I have many stories to tell you. Unfortunately, my time is very short. Today's retreat is very short. But I have many stories to tell about this. And when you learn these stories from real persons, not mythology, you will see how wonderful these factors are. You can emulate their life, follow their life. So friends, yeah. Now we have to stop this talk and we want to do some meditation. Okay? Now, meditation instructions. You have papers in front of you. I like you to turn to the page where there is a metta recital. We recite this every day, and when we start meditation, we recite them.
It says loving friendliness.
Yeah, it is called loving friendliness meditation. Okay, ready? We all read together. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, long, large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere. From anger or ill will, should anyone wish harm another. As the mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hate or resentment, whether standing, walking, sitting, lying down, or when awake. One should develop this mindfulness. This is called divine leadership here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision, removing desire for sensual pleasures. One comes and again to birth in the womb. Now we can put away your papers. And now I like all of you to sit in a comfortable posture that you can maintain without moving. I know you are fidgety, but try to stay. If you can sit like that, that is even better. Okay. Either that way or putting your feet down. Is somebody working there doing something? And Z, close the door, please. Okay. At this time, we sit in a very comfortable posture. And close your eyes and pay total undivided attention to your breathing. Just pay attention to the breath. Our breath is very pure, clean, universal, neutral object. All living beings breathe, and we are a part of it. As you pay attention to your breath, you notice the breath is moving in and out. Inhale and exhale. You may notice the breath is long. In long inhaling, you notice as long inhaling. Long exhaling as long exhaling. after a while, inhaling becomes short. Notice that short inhaling as short inhaling, short exhaling as short exhaling. And you may notice the beginning, middle, and end of inhaling, beginning, middle, and end of exhaling. That means when you inhale, you notice the breath touching your nostrils. That is the beginning of inhaling. Then the breath flows into your lungs through the nostrils. That whole stretch of inhaling is the middle of inhaling. Then inhaling stops. That is the end of inhaling. Then exhaling begins. That is the beginning of exhaling. Then the air comes out of your nostrils. That is the middle of exhaling. Then exhaling ends. That is the end of exhaling. This is what is happening all the time when we breathe in and out. Then you begin to feel very relaxed, calm, peaceful state. Your breath is calm, body is calm and relaxed. I like you to stay in that way for the next 10 minutes. Okay. May all suffering beings be free from suffering. May the fear-struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all beings be. This is our wish. We want to share our loving friendliness, our metta, with all living beings. I think, children, you have spent these 10 minutes, and these 10 minutes sitting quietly is the beginning of your meditation, and meditation doesn't end in these 10 minutes, so not limited to 10 minutes. This is entire life's commitment. When you meditate, your memory improves, your health improves, your skill improves, and you will experience great peace. You're physically healthy, mentally healthy, and you will be very successful people. You will be very successful people if you continue your meditation. So don't give up. I recommend you to meditate at least 10 minutes every morning, 10 minutes every evening. Now, anybody has any question? Nobody? I think I ask you a question. Is there any question in the box?
No questions.
No question?
Are you being shy? Maybe you really do have questions.
I ask you a question, one question, everybody. How did you feel during your quiet sitting? Yeah.
I got sleepy.
You got sleepy? I think that is true. That is very natural. Very natural when the body is calm, mind is calm, you are relaxed, you feel peaceful, you feel sleepy. That's very natural. Especially at your age, you feel sleepy. But when you want to meditate, try to find a time when you don't feel sleepy, when you don't feel tired. Perhaps because of these activities here and there, you may feel tired and so forth. Therefore, you might have felt sleepy. But sleepiness or sleeping in meditation is not the benefit of meditation. The benefit of meditation is to stay awake peacefully. Stay awake peacefully. So that this peacefulness will stay in your mind when you are awake. You know, you feel sleepy when you go to sleep, you sleep. But that does not make you peaceful. You know, people sleep all the time. People who sleep always are not peaceful. When you meditate without falling asleep and you remember that peaceful moment, and you can maintain it. That is how you remain peaceful all the time. Okay? Now, when you feel sleepy when you meditate, don't feel bad about it. But think that is not the benefit of meditation. It is not harmful, but not beneficial. And therefore try to meditate to have peaceful experience, peace, and then remember that. Whenever you have some trouble, problems, anger, some nervousness, tension, anxiety, worry, remember that peace and sit to meditate. And then you maintain your peace, not anxiety, not tension. And therefore it is very important thing to remember to remain awake and peaceful. To remain awake and peaceful. Children, I wish to spend more time with you all. You are very lovely people. And I want all of you to continue your meditation. I think people are hard pressed with time, and we may go to the next item. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.